Welcome to the Bitcoin Aggregated podcast. Today we're talking about the School of Bitcoin. This is a second official meeting. All meetings we're going to do publicly, so it's just basically a free discussion, open discussion. Anyone out there in the education community or the BTC community that, or the crypto community that wants to contribute, hit us up, and the more the merrier, really. So two things at the top I just wanted to mention. So I'm on as of this morning, the Crypto Conversation podcast went up. So I did that last week with Andy Pickerington. He runs the BNC podcast, so the Brave New Coin guys out of New Zealand. And it was really good. So I went into our project and a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So worth a listen if you get the time.
I can't wait. I can't wait to watch. I was looking online to see if it had come live. That's cool. They're great guys.
Give it a retweet.
Do you know the guys at Brave New Coin, Electra? Oh, okay. It's good. Can't hear. Continue on.
And the other one, I got an email back from Andreas Antonopoulos, or his associate, because I sort of reached out to see if he'd like to be interested in even jumping in a podcast or helping out with the project at all. It sounds like he hasn't been too well, so hopefully he's okay. So shout out to Andreas. Hope you get better soon. And Jacques as well. So Jacques he's not feeling too well, so he's going to join us, but he said he'll catch us on the next one. And he's built some really cool stuff out on GitHub, some open curriculum that I really love, but we'll let him run through that, I think, when we all catch up, because I think he's got something really cool in his head that he's started to build out. So it'll be cool to see that come into fruition. So what I wanted to kick off with, just from my perspective, running through, actually I spoke about this to Andy on the podcast as well, the Lightning Network. So I think I've started, so if you go to theschoolofbitcoin.com and scroll down to the bottom, I've put like a little tab for each of us, just to do like a test run of writing a little bit of curriculum, whatever it is. So I just picked Sound Money and just wrote up the some points on that, specifically on the Lightning Network. Now it's up, and it all works with Wallet of Satoshi or whatever you want to use, whatever Lightning wallet, to view it. But then I was thinking, is this a barrier to entry for people wanting to actually read it? Like, you have to know what the Lightning Network is, and you have to have a wallet to be able to view it. So I'm like, do we need like a course before that, or do we not build on the Lightning Network first? Do we just build on GitHub? So I thought I'd throw that out to you guys for a question. Or do we reach out to the Wallet of Satoshi guys and maybe work with them to build a curriculum to be able to, for people to be able to actually to use
That's a great idea, because the Wallet of Satoshi is a wonderful introduction to a very basic digital wallet. So it's an easy stepping stone into accessing
the curriculum. Yeah.
We think that's super cool. As part of our adoption here, it's like Wallet of Satoshi's first. They don't even have to deal with seed words. Yes, it's custodial, but it's the first step. And it's like within minutes, we can have them have a wallet. We can flick them some Satoshis, and they're in the game.
Yeah, that's right.
After that, we can then go into the next step, teach you about self-custody and.
So do we? So maybe we have to do a bit of a write-up. There probably is something out there already, I suppose, that we could kind of hijack and edit for the site. But maybe that's the point one. This is how you get your Lightning wallet, and this is how you do a transaction. So then you can sort of jump into the rest of it. All right.
Yeah, I think that should be the first. Onboarding's number one.
Onboarding's probably number one. Yeah. And my only thought again with that is to say we have a group of students from like a primary school who haven't necessarily got funds, or say an individual student wants to get on board and they haven't got funds. Is that a barrier of entry for them to be able to read the rest of the curriculum, they have to have, money to be able to sort of fund that. So that was my only detractor.
Should we have some kind of flush fund for particular categories of people with no money?
yeah, maybe that's the way to go. Or maybe
They need a few dollars, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of cents, really. It's not very expensive, but it's it was just a thought, like, does it make it harder for people? But I think that's kind of the goal, isn't it? Like, we want them to be able to, like, freely interact with these new technologies, and you kind of have to jump in and
with a bit of experience.
Yeah, I think there's probably got to be, I mean, with the School of Bitcoin, I mean, there's only so many Bitcoin and only so many Satoshis. So, if 80% of the Satoshis are locked away, well, we need to start sharing them out a bit. So this could be a good pathway to really encourage people to share out. I mean, I flicked 10,000 Satoshis to a guy in the UK there yesterday on behalf of the first School of Bitcoin Satoshi send yesterday, like, to help some people out. He's out there distributing Satoshis. We do it all the time here. So maybe that is part of the whole philosophy.
Yep. Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. Yeah, well,
that's pretty much what my wallet of Satoshi is for, giving people Satoshi when I meet them. Download this here. You're on.
Yeah. They've built something really special, I think, with that app. Like, it's just so easy to use. People get it straight away. And yeah, like you said, it's custodial, but really, who cares? Like, it works really, really well. And their customer support, I reckon, for those guys, like, they run the living room Satoshi as well. They're amazing. Like, it's the best customer support I've had with any company ever. Really. So shout out to those guys.
Kieran, Strike's also custodial wallet, is it?
I think so.
Yeah, from what I can see, it is. In that Jamison loop, we'll go through it later. He's got a list of all the wallets, the custody and non-custodial. So we can have a look at that a bit later.
Yeah. Well, we could probably reach out to those guys as well. All right. So I think we're on the right track then with continuing to build on that. So if we look at writing some stuff up, I don't know how that will interact with what Jark is kind of building out, but we can do both and then sort of see how it plays out, I suppose. The other thing I wanted to really run through was, and this is something I was going on about last time that might have gone over people's heads, was Handshake. So using the Handshake blockchain. So it's a blockchain dedicated to decentralized DNS. And basically the premise is for what I want to use it for this project is ID. So like your name, sort of authenticated by that blockchain or by the School of Bitcoin, should I say? And because we have the top level domain for that, and a digital portfolio attached to that. So you both would have got emails was it last week or the week before, where you've been gifted like your name dot the School of Bitcoin.
Yeah, got that. What was the first one? The important reasons. You got the digital portfolio. What was the first reason?
Oh, ID. So
ID, yeah.
Like identification. So basically it means, Gordon, you are who you say you are, and the School of Bitcoin can verify that. Kind of akin to like what Keybase does. I want to see if we can get the two to interact at some point, if we stick with Keybase for a communication tool. We don't have to. I'm open to whatever's really. So with that, if you click on that, kierannolan.theschoolofbitcoin.hns.to, it'll bring up just a very basic website. In fact, I can share the screen. Actually, Gordon, do you want to share your screen? And
yeah, I've got sure. And
then we can bring up that website, and I might run you through how to set up yours.
I just need you to enable the screen sharing.
That would help, wouldn't it? Yep, should be good. Oh, I like your wallpaper.
Let me just clean that up. So yeah, I've got the screen there.
Okay, so that didn't resolve.
So it did if something went wrong.
That's all right. If you go back to that name base email, the original one,
Yep.
Okay, or unless you've already clicked on it and clicked accept, you'll have a name.
No, so that was your one. So the name, that's
It's a name base.
name base. Okay, I've got to go into another email there. I'll find that one.
Yeah, don't stress.
I think
That's all right.
Sign up, but there's nothing showing on the page when I click on it.
Okay, so that means you've accepted it then. So if you go into we could probably stop sharing your screen so you're not
Sure. Sorry.
exposing your emails and everything.
I've got Namebase open, but I don't know where to go with Namebase.
Okay, well, do you want to share your screen, Electra, and I'll run you through it.
Okay.
How do I you are stop share? Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. Sorry about that.
Nah, it's all right. And this way, once we sort of run through how it's quite simple to set up once you get going. Yeah, awesome. So you should have, where are we? So if you go to domain manager on the left-hand side there, so yours should come up. Gifts, so on the right-hand side.
Yeah, my gift expired. I'll need to get you to flick that to me again.
Okay, we can do that again. So you want to do create D-Link. So now you're going to have your very own Web3 website.
Wow.
So if you scroll down and click get started, I'm pretty sure it is. Watch, it won't work now. It's always the way. It's taking its time, isn't it? There we go. Okay, so your domain. So we want to type your domain there, so you can probably copy it from the other one. Yep, perfect. Yeah.
So Namebase have got it all set up now so that you can just automatically set up your own website.
It's really cool.
Perfect.
Do the slash on the end.
Oh, okay. Yep.
You
must first own a Handshake name.
So you definitely go back to that other tab just for a second. The second tab on the screen.
Domain.
Like you're at the very top. So like your domains.
Sorry, I don't know.
Right. Like the other screen that you had open. So like the you got it.
Sorry.
So you definitely own it and you signed into it. Why is it not letting you create a D-Link for it? Just try
under my domains now, or does it stay under gifts?
Yeah, I thought it would go under your domains. That's weird. Try just go back to that.
Yeah.
Gifts. Try clicking on that create a D-Link again. Just see what pops up. Aha. All right.
Turn it on again.
I've found with this, I think because it's running on the SIA blockchain, it takes a little time because it's decentralized storage and decentralized DNS. So I think it takes a bit to authenticate. I think that's why mine wasn't popping up before, because I just edited mine. But anyway, this is great. So basically what you want to do there is, put a profile picture at the top there. So if you do, put your name.
Spaces? No spaces?
It doesn't matter. This is just a website, so you can put whatever you want, really.
I'll go with Electra if I can.
Yeah, and then it's it to the right. Yeah, you got it. Awesome.
Okay, so I'll just put my Twitter handles.
Yep.
In there. Okay.
Yeah, Kieran, when I was accepting mine, I think I had a bit of trouble because I got 2 Gmail accounts and
that's okay. Well, we can
GitHub, and I wasn't sure if it was getting confused.
Well, the good thing is you'll be able to watch this back and set up your own website after this. So at the top, if you want to put a picture at the top there with a little
yeah, I had a really good photo the other day with laser beam eyes. I can't.
Oh, nice. Yeah, put that.
Yeah, I know, I can't find it. I'd have to
no.
for it. But
one of Electra's friends, accounting friends, posted it up for her.
Perfect. My accounting group, they're they're all having a dig at me for going full
laser eyes.
Full Bitcoin.
Laser eyes to 100K.
Look, I'll come back and do a picture. Okay.
No worries. So if you go next, now you can pick your colors. Looks good.
Okay.
And then
Digital Playhouse.
That looks good.
Okay, customize, and you can all right, publish.
And publish. So that's actually publishing now to the Handshake name records, and to something called Skynet, which is built on the SIA blockchain. And basically, so now you have, there you go, you may as well tweet it out now. I got my own website.
Better save it. So
better save that one.
So what is this? This is
So this is your website. So this is a decentralized website.
Okay.
Built on Handshake. And
Sweet as. I've got one for Startup Gladstone, so I'll kick theirs off again. I'll kick theirs off today. I've got the domain on Handshake. We did that a while ago.
Cool. Good work.
Does that mean I can now gift a name to, say, Digital Playhouse or to someone else?
No. So the way this is set up, like I had to buy the School of Bitcoin top level domain.
Okay.
But basically, from that account, I've just gifted like us our own addresses from that. But you can actually set it up so people purchase them off you as well. So like that's another thing. But obviously, we wouldn't want to do that for this project.
And that could be like we're not going to do it, but that could be like a membership.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So like we could set one up, our own domain, digital playhouse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, you have to actually compete for it. You have to it's an auction. Is an auction that you have to compete for your name. So you put it up, and
but what we could do is Digital Playhouse dot the School of Bitcoin / so we should do that as well. Definitely. It'd be a really good idea. Cool. All right. So that's
great, Kieran. Thanks for showing us that.
That's kind of where, no worries. So that's kind of where my head's at for the ID and the portfolio piece. So it's your digital portfolio and your identification sort of rolled into one. You have your D-links. So like whatever stuff you want to put in there, any projects you're working on, you can just link to it. And that's what we'll all sort of have. So we should all probably link from that back to this project as a as a thing that we're working on.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that was that. If you want to have a play with it, just uploading stuff and uploading or play with the SIA blockchain, siasky.net is really cool, and you can just like dump in entire directories or photos or whatever you want, and it hashes them on their blockchain, and it's quite easy to use. Kind of akin to IPFS. I just really like the implementation that they've done. It's quite easy for people to pick up and use, whereas IPFS is a bit harder, I think. Like probably not dissimilar, like very similar, but the IPFS doesn't have a blockchain. It's just a decentralized network, whereas SIA does. So it's two sort of, I guess, competing technologies, but they kind of complement each other as well. So yeah, that was those.
That's the data storage.
Sorry, Gordon.
Yeah, Electra, that's data storage.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, data storage. And I've put in there, I don't know if you can be bothered, but if you click on the link in there, there's a photo of me. But you don't have to click on it. So yeah, Gordon, I think let's if we can run through the Hiro wallet and stacks, because this is something pretty important. Oh, I'm just looking at the Explorer. Looks like nothing's come up yet. No stress. We can go on to something else and wait for, unless yours has come through.
No, I'm just having to check now to see where it's at in the system. Taking a while to get out of Binance. Yeah, mine's not through as yet.
I might buy some as well. I saw there was some website that does like atomic swaps for BTC to stacks. So I might have a play with that at some point. I forget where I found it, but I'll find it again. And then we'll do, so the Haro wallet we've downloaded and set up. We haven't actually done a transaction yet. So once we do that, we'll send between the three of us, or the four of us. We'll send some to Jacques as well. So that was that part. The other thing I really wanted to go over was, before we get into the communication side of stuff, was virtual reality. Actually, even before that, I don't know if you want to, Electra, but when we were first sort of thinking of names for this project, it was kind of you that inspired the School of Bitcoin, talking about the Australian School of Arts, of the arts. But I don't know if you wanted to just tell us a bit of a background on that and like why that's important and sort of relates to this project. No stress if you don't want to.
No, that's all right. I'll just give a little rundown. Yeah, people who've been through country towns around Australia would have seen these really beautiful buildings from the 19th century, you know, when we had a real sort of civic pride and built these fantastic large buildings. And they say School of Arts. And people think, oh, is that like the local art school or something? And they don't give them much mind, but they're actually very, very important in their day, because the well-to-do people in town, mayors and others, industry leaders of the town, set up these centres so that the working class could learn the new technology of the day and learn the new skills that were coming in the Industrial Revolution. And so they were public centres of education, and these ended up, they were community places where communities had meetings and shared knowledge and created courses, and they ended up becoming our public libraries and our TAFEs.
There you go.
So that's where that vocational education comes from the Industrial Revolution. And when they say School of Arts, they don't just mean art as we think of art, but it was actually science and mechanical learnings and art, because, you know, technology, creativity, they go together. That's innovation. And so that's what was going on. And Chile also has a really amazing School of Arts history. There you go. And so it's it's kind of what we're doing. We don't have quite as beautiful a building, but I think what we're doing is like a School of Arts for the 5th Industrial Revolution, where humans are using, you know, the new technology to benefit themselves. Yeah,
I totally agree.
And so I think we play a role in that. So it's just a bit of a concept of what we're doing, just repeating history.
Yeah, history rhymes. I loved it. I was like, oh, that's perfect for this project. So,
but if anyone would like to build us a beautiful building in every regional town, that'd be great too. Or maybe we can revive these buildings, which I think are still used as community centres.
Yeah. Well, I guess we are building a beautiful virtual space. Well, actually, no, that's perfect, because that takes us into the next topic I wanted to speak on. Was virtual reality. So there's been a number of projects I've worked on for the last couple of years, with building on something called A-Frame, which is like an open framework for virtual reality for the web. And I've had students building like really cool spaces and like really interesting stuff in VR, specifically for the web. So what's really exciting about that is it's inclusive. So you're not running. So like historically at my school, we've run a 24/7 learning space in Minecraft, but Minecraft's proprietary and you need certain hardware and certain things to run it and a server and all the rest of it. With A-Frame, it literally runs in your browser. So it's not predicated on having a gaming machine or anything really, just literally a device with bring your own browser. And I've really loved it, like building stuff on it and doing some interesting things. And then on top of that, Mozilla's built a software development kit specifically for A-Frame that lets you do collaboration or collaborative building, but also meetings and all sorts of stuff. So we can actually do this meeting in virtual reality using their SDK on top of it. So what we've ended up doing is a whole bunch of projects where students actually built a virtual school with some students in the States. And more recently, one of those students has actually started building a virtual school for students here in Australia with Peter Hutton, who's a famous educator and principal of, or ex-principal from Templestowe. He's now doing all sorts of cool projects. So shout out to Peter if you're listening to this. But it got me thinking like, well, maybe we should look at incorporating some of that technology into this. So kind of like what you were saying, Electra, like building a beautiful space to learn in, but we don't necessarily need the physical space. We could do it in virtual reality, and it's kind of
you don't need 200 of them built around Australia.
Yeah. Well,
so you don't need VR sets to do that. Cool.
No. So I'll show you.
That'd be pretty awesome, Kieran. At the Digital Playhouse here today, we've just got agreement we've got 70 homeschoolers registered on our homeschooling group in our town here.
Awesome.
And a couple of weeks ago, we had them come to the Digital Playhouse and for a bit of an intro. And today we've got the official sort of, it's been advertised and published. They're going to have a roll up today. So we'll see how many turn up. So, especially with the conditions that are going on now, there's going to, potentially a lot of homeschoolers. So we've got this, there could be a cool little project to have them work on and build out.
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you what I mean, because that would be perfect. Can you guys see that okay?
Yeah.
So this is on my website. So I've actually embedded this, and I was kind of at the start of the lockdowns, like with presentations going online. I was just sick of doing Zooms and speaking to like nobody, kind of yelling into the void. So I started doing presentations in VR. So this is embedded, and it's in the background. I've got a whole bunch of just slides and all sorts of stuff that you can have a look at. But if you click on join room, you can pick your name and your avatar and stuff. I'll be a panda, why not? Block the microphone. Enter. So just so you get an idea, this is the VR space that I've created with all sorts of crazy stuff in here that I usually do presentations for. Actually, there's one of the students that's building that VR school in the middle there. But hang on. Really, this is just an open space because it's kind of easy to use, and you can, there's a computer, old school computer. But basically it means you can build anything really in these spaces and have it embedded. And you guys, if you go to that URL as well, can actually join me in world here. So like you'll have your avatar. And then the other really cool thing you can do is if we weren't on a call already on Zoom, we can actually bring up our cameras in world as well and move around it. But if you do have a really high-end VR headset as well, so like an Oculus or HTC Vive, you can actually put that on and be in world with people on their phones and with people in their browser and stuff. So it's really inclusive. So I was just thinking it might be good for this project, and I can spin one up, and then we can maybe have a play next time we do a podcast. Do it like in world.
Okay, sounds good.
I think that'd be great. That'd be super cool.
All right, well let's do that.
The only way I'm going to get it.
What's that?
The only way I'm going to get it is if we do it. Yeah.
Well, it's a good excuse to buy some VR headsets as well.
Just let us know what to order.
Which one do we click on to jump into that world?
So if you go to katieandnolan.com/vr.html, actually, I'll share it again.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Oh, you got it?
And is it the person to drop into the world, is it?
So we should see each other.
Hey.
Actually, do you want to share your screen, Gordon, and I'll guide you through.
Oh, where's it? Can you just give me the website too, please, Kieran?
Yeah, it's.
Oh.
There you go. Now, okay, this is interesting.
No, just 2 secs. Oh, yep, you got me there.
Yeah. Now, Brave browser at the top there, see the little lion's head? It's blocking something. If you click on that, on the over a bit. See the line with the 1 next to it on the top right hand corner next to your basic attention token icon.
Yeah.
Next one over.
Oh,
So the little orange line next to that.
I've got a bit of complication with the.
Not working. Actually, have you got Chrome? Just open it up in Chrome.
Yeah, I've got the lion's head there.
Ah, beautiful. Yep, just untick that.
Okay, perfect. No, it's best we learn how to use it in Brave too.
Yeah, true.
Sweet.
Should load up now. Yay.
Oh, yeah.
So yep, click on load room.
Yeah, I think we did one of these before. It was pretty amazing how you were able to just grab screens here, there, and everywhere, and it's like a digital whiteboard.
Well, it's what, yeah, it is. And what I was really blown away by was what Mozilla's built specifically with it, because I was building like pretty simple things, really. Like, and I was excited about just having like a spinning rocket or something, like built with code. But like what they've done is just next level. There you go. Pick your avatar. Perfect. So then we should be able to see each other. Yep, I got you.
Yeah, I'm in there. That's cool. Ah, look at that.
You might want to mute it in see down the bottom. Yeah, just mute that. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Good one. Ah, sweet. So I can cruise around in there.
Yep, that's me. It's pretty awesome.
I'm driving, am I? Or both? Anyone, you can drive, I can drive.
Yep, it's just like a world you can walk around in. So it's if you jump in, or if you want to jump in, Electra, it's WASD to move around, and you move around with your mouse. So you kind of click and drag around. It's quite fun. I don't know what stuff I've got in here. It's probably all
Lots of School of Bitcoin.
Yeah, lots of crazy stuff. But
I'm on your page, but not quite sure where I'm going.
So if you go, there should be a little link called virtual reality.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yep. Click on that and then click on load, and it should pop up.
Wow, this is amazing, Kim.
So to build in here, did you have to do the 3D animations?
No, that's the cool thing. So like with A-Frame, yes, but with what Mozilla's built, no. So you can actually they've got a thing called Spoke, and a whole library of tools that you can use off that. And you can build your own stuff as well and import it, but they've really thought about like how it can run on everyone's computer. So like what you do like with Blender or something, was the first mistake I made, was making like really high resolution stuff that just doesn't load on anyone else's computer. Whereas Mozilla's like figured out all the best ways to import objects and make them load really quickly. So yeah, it's fantastic. How you going there, Electra?
How do I stop the block setting?
If it's on Brave, yeah, you just click the little lion's head at the top and just untick.
So up in the right-hand side of your search bar on Brave. Yep.
And then untick what?
Click on it.
You would have like a little, yeah, like that.
Oh.
A switch on and off tab.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I see.
That's cool. Gives us the how many people up in the top right hand as well. Yeah, so anyway, that's just the thought for this, and we could start sort of embedding stuff into a world. I can spin one up and embed it on the website.
And so what is that? So educators could go in there and use the space and.
Yeah, well, we could do both. We could actually have a school for students to come in as well. If we wanted to.
Sure.
A number of months ago, what was it? Was chatting with Torsten, who's made those really cool Bitcoin documentaries.
Yeah.
We were looking at doing a EDU spin-off of one, specifically in VR. So we could actually do like movie nights or films to watch like as a group in VR as well, which is, yeah, it's pretty special. I think it's really a different way to interact with people and, you know, sort of share concepts, but do it as a group online, as opposed to let's have a Zoom and just kind of chat to each other, and you don't feel like you're actually interacting, sort of thing. So yeah.
Sure.
Anyway,
And as opposed to something like Decentralized, where you've got to get all complicated to get in there, that's a bit like second stage. That's great. Great idea with Torsten. Actually, we're going to host a film night here. I just posted to a lecturer what date. We'd spoken to Torsten about doing a film night here.
Nice.
To screen Cryptopia.
Very nice. Very nice.
Bit of echo, but I was having a look on his...
Alexa, if you mute yourself down the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect. Oh, I like your avatar.
I can't even find it.
Very cool.
Yeah, Kieran, I saw that Torsten had some education on his site there. Just when I was checking that out the other day. So
yeah, I think he'd be a great person to get involved with this project as well.
Totally.
All right. So if you can probably stop sharing your screen if you want.
Perfect.
And we can kind of move on from there. So that's cool. All right. So I'll spin something up, and we can we can have a play in there next time in our official world. What was the next thing? Oh, so let's check our Stacks address. Still hasn't come through. Probably going to take a while, I suppose.
Centralized exchanges holding up the whole process.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
Probably want a new level of KYC on me.
Probably, yeah. Well, don't stress. We can maybe go into Stacks on the next one. I think the most important thing that I wanted to kind of get out of today, was two things actually. So the white paper, I wanted to do a bit of a cleanup on that, particularly now that it's kind of we're probably going to have more eyes on the website, because it's a bit of a just a brain dump of ideas, and I've just kind of kept adding to it. So if I share that with you guys throughout the week, do you reckon you could help me make it more concise?
Is that is that like, what kind of document are you going to share it on?
We could just do a Google Doc. I think we just stick to Google Docs for now. For everything.
Do we have are we using the drive that we shared, or have you set up a Google Drive?
No, we can use that one. Yeah, that's fine. I'll dump stuff in there. I think for the white paper, we can just do a new version. So we'll just call it, 1.2 or whatever. And yeah, just be brutal and chop stuff out. That doesn't make any sense, I think.
I mean, it was a bit foreign to me, because I haven't really been involved in white paper docs before. So, and there was a lot of technicality there, but yeah, we've got a lot more knowledge now. So
yeah. Well, I think the knowledge and also just the language, I think we want to make it as accessible as possible. So if it is too complicated, like, let me know and we can change it and make it.
We've just got to talk about our intention, haven't we?
yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, cool. Well, lecturer and I, when we can we'll have a look through that together, because we're a bit more on the street. We're not the technical people.
Yeah. Oh, that ought to be perfect if you can.
Awesome.
So I'll share that today, and then we can kind of work on that throughout the week together. And then finally the communication. So I think because we got two sort of streams, I suppose, that we're looking at. So we're looking at creating a Australian-based community for Stacks, which I'm super excited about. So we had the meeting with those guys earlier in the week, and I'm really gung-ho on that. I think it's going to be awesome. But I was thinking, do we separate the two, or do we just make it one thing? I'm kind of the thinking that we make it like one community and like pick something that everybody's happy to chat on. Now, I'm a big fan of Keybase, but it might be too complicated for people to use. It's a bit like GitHub in that sense. Do we just do a new Discord and use that, or even Slack, or whatever you guys think? So what do you reckon would be the most accessible to the most amount of people?
Well,
So with that, so just with Keybase, Kieran, can you just run through a couple of key points of Keybase as to why you'd pick Keybase?
Yeah, okay. So Keybase is a end-to-end encrypted chat program that basically enables you to have a whole host of things. But what I really like, including like encrypted sharing and all sorts of cool things like that, what I really like is the ID piece. So like the identification being that you have a series of proofs against who you are, meaning like you can have your Twitter feed, you have to authenticate that, your website, you have to authenticate that to your name, your PGP signature, your Bitcoin address. It's like a series of things that says this person is who they say they are, sort of thing, as opposed to, you know, just spinning up a name and you're kind of a faceless person on a chat board somewhere. The other thing that it does really well, I think, is so the ID piece, and then there's the encrypted end-to-end communication. So it means you don't have third parties like trailing your conversations to try and sell you ads. So that's kind of the main reasons that I really like it. But again, it might be a bit clunky and hard for people to use. And the other thing is it did get bought out by Zoom, which is a bit scary because even though we're using Zoom now, I think in terms of the encryption part, it could mean trouble for that down the track. So yeah, that's my thinking on that. What do you guys reckon?
So were you thinking originally as Keybase being used for our community?
Yeah.
Not just ourselves.
Yeah, both. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because I see it. Look, I don't know. I haven't really explored it. I can't even get it to give me notifications. So I haven't been participating on it. I don't know why.
That's a really good point, Electra, because
I'm not getting notifications even though I have it on.
Someone else had the same issue with it. So maybe that's a detractor as well. Yeah.
And you know, I kind of rely on notifications because I've got about 8 messaging apps on this giant phone. And if I can use it on a desktop, it's better. So I kind of like Discord that I can use it on a desktop, but I understand that Discord might not. But also Discord is something people are familiar with using. Yeah, it's pretty big. Slack-like, so it's people who are used to using Slack could. Because I know if you just don't participate in something that's hard to learn. Yes, that's true. Very true. Gordon?
Yeah, I mean, I totally like the authentication process in terms of main contributors. Some reasons. Is it okay to have anonymity? Yeah, I don't know. That was probably the interesting. There's a couple of interesting questions there. Like Get Sessions is a messaging app. Totally has. Privacy, not even, you don't even share your phone number. It's complete anonymity. Yeah. Is that, so I don't know, there's a couple of things there of having anonymity and Keybase saying, well, we want to identify you. So that'd be a question in the community, particularly in the Bitcoin community. Probably something we'd have to vote on as we got a bit bigger. About the other thing is, say, Slack would be generally, I think, used more by business people. I think that we're sort of going for K-12 education, and kids are probably already on Discord. Yeah. I think it's probably some of my own education around Discord. Like all the kids here in the Digital Playhouse are on Discord. Yeah. So they got to learn about operating in like social environments on Discord. So we had the conversation with them about, who to chat to, not chat to, what links to click on. So we've given them some education through that process of going into the World Wide Web.
Yeah. And it's like Slack. Like for me, I looked at Discord and went, oh yeah, I can do this. And I can see it on my big screen rather than on my phone. So I think other people who aren't used to these things.
Well, Keybase you can actually get on the computer as well. It's cross.
Okay, yeah, I had a look at that the other day and I couldn't quite work that out.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I think that might answer our question then, if it's too clunky.
No, I actually tried to download it to. I went, okay, I'm going to download it to here, so I've got the feed going everywhere, and I hadn't quite got there yet. But just say Discord's also takes a bit to get going on all of your devices as well. As Slack's even Discord's easier than Slack.
I agree. I much prefer Discord.
Yeah.
Well, I think just thinking out loud, what we could do is like with what we ran through with the ID piece and the like Handshake IDs, we could make that a prerequisite to authenticate into Discord. So like,
yeah, because I was going to say you do have an authentication process you can go through in Discord. Different chats have got different channels have got different processes you've got to go through.
Yeah. So maybe that's the answer. All right. Well,
so can I just ask one question about Keybase then?
Yeah.
In Discord, I guess you can have you got School of Bitcoin, and you might have sub branches of your test nets, like it might be School of Algorand, might be School of Elrond, whatever it is. You've got your name base sections, all your different I guess project, stack sections, things we're working on. As what we're calling our test nets. Are you able to do that in Keybase to have breakdowns in different little communities running?
100%. Yep. It's pretty cool. So it's akin to GitHub. It's like, hey, you can set up different projects and different communities on there. But I think it's more geared toward developers as well, which kind of scares people, I think, when you see like some but even GitHub is scary to people. Like when you haven't used it, you're like, oh, it's not familiar.
Sure.
So yeah, maybe that's the answer. Well, all right. So I'll spin up a Discord as well, and the four of us can jump into that and use that as our main communication tool. If you guys are happy to start doing that.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that. It's Telegram's pretty much. I mean, we talked in Slacks about using Telegram. That's cool for just talking and chatting as a live going thing, but really for working on stuff, I think you can.
Well, and the other thing,
you can have
Telegram,
different chat rooms. You can have different.
Yeah. The other thing with Telegram, I find it's very spammy. So I just keep getting like spam nonsense on there. So I just end up muting it and not interacting with it.
I think when you set up Discord as well, is there something in there that says? I noticed on my Discord, and I'm not a super user, so I haven't really checked it out. But I get lots of spam all the time. I think in your channels you can actually do a setting so that if you're in there, you're not getting targeted. There's something I saw something on Discord the other day about how you can stop all that.
Right. Okay.
Coming at you. So I need to look into that.
To be honest, I've only used it for tech support with like different communities and gaming, like gaming with friends. So I haven't really done a deep dive, but one of my mates is actually quite proficient with it. So hit him up and see if he can help us out as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be important to get it set up so we don't, because you got to manage that community and making sure that we're not getting like all this spamming attack stuff. And
yeah, particularly if you're gonna have students in there as well. Awesome. All right, so that's a bit of work to do. I think getting some students to at some stage look at the homeschoolers in particular, help build a VR space would be really cool. So I can I'll spin something up that's simple to start with, and then they can start adding to that, and I think that would be really cool.
Well, we've got our group coming in today at 1 o'clock here. If you had 5 minutes to jump in and say hi, you're welcome, or in another fortnight.
Probably not today. I've got to get going in a second.
Yes, sweet as.
A couple of jobs on, but I'll definitely keen to jump in and say hi on the next one for sure.
That'd be awesome.
Cool. All right. Well, we might leave it there until next time, and then I'm keen to see what Jacques runs us through next time, because I think he's got some special stuff to share with us. But I think we've got a fair bit to go on with. So that was great. Thanks for jumping in, guys.
We'll get stuck into the white paper and talk on Keybase or Discord.
We'll do Discord. I'll set it up.
Okay. Great. Thank you, Kieran. That'd be great.
No,
All
Yeah,
right.
nice. No confirmations out of Binance yet on those stack sends.
We'll do it next time.
That's been 1 hour.
All right. Oh, we learned to not use Binance stacks. That's funny. Actually, I'll find that that atomic swap site that I found, because I was saying to Gordon before, there was like some site that I found that lets you do a BTC to stacks like atomic swaps, and it's decentralized and no KYC. So I'll have a play with that. But yeah, on the next one we'll do some transactions to each other.
Okay, sounds great. Have a good day.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
guys. Appreciate it.
See you soon.